Hi, this is Stephanie Ray, the Accountability Evangelist, and I'm here to talk to you about control versus influence. This is a very fundamental concept that I teach in accountability. What it means is you have a universe that you interact with, the world around you. What you can control is you. You can control your behavior. You cannot control others' reaction to your behavior. However, you can influence it. So you need to focus on what you can control, but also recognize that you have influence. You don't want to miss the opportunity on the influence side. But let's start with control. So you control what you do, what you say, how you respond to other people, how you react to situations, how you handle stress. All of those things are under your control. They may take some practice to refine if you want to behave in a different way. In fact, they absolutely do. But if you have a growth mindset and you work on it over time, you definitely will keep improving in that way. But the main concept here is to recognize that you control your own behavior. Other people don't. Now, on the flip side, you cannot control others. That's why holding other people accountable is a bit of a myth. You can influence them to be held accountable. And that's what I want you to focus on. But the funny part is you actually influence people via control of yourself. So if someone is interacting with you in a manner that you don't like, you can choose how to respond to them, which will in turn influence the way they respond to you. That's what you have control over. So I want you to think about all the situations you've been in that maybe didn't go the way you wanted to, and maybe reflect on what you could have done differently. Because the only thing that you could have done differently is behave differently. The other person, the other people in that situation are not under your control. You are, but your influence is super duper strong. And that influence is based on how you control your own behavior. So use your power wisely, leverage your control appropriately and responsibly, and you'll turn that into a very positive influence on the people you're trying to change. Because you can't change other people, right? They change themselves, they're in control of themselves, but you can influence them as a role model and in the way you behave to consider taking another approach. And that really is how most people change. They're inspired by other people who they admire and that they watch. So be that person that they admire. Eventually, they'll come around. It may not be right away, but again, the key is to focus on controlling how you interact with and respond to your environment, which will then influence others to control how they interact and respond. And that is control and influence.